Okay, so in the X game, you're given two numbers, 20 and 12 in this case. This top number represents a product. The bottom number represents a sum. So what we are looking for are the two numbers that go in the other two locations here. And those two numbers have a, when you multiply them, it's the number, the product is 20. And when you add them, the sum is 12. So think of numbers, start with a product. Think of numbers that multiply to 20. And so let's start with, okay, what comes to mind? 1 and 20, 2 and 10, I heard, 4 and 5. And that's it, I think, right? Anything else? I think that's going to be it. Which combination add up to 12? Yeah. So that's our answer here. And it doesn't matter the order. The two could go here, the two could go there. So I'll just put 2 and 10. And that's it. That's the X game. You're looking for two numbers that have the product of the top number and the sum of the bottom number. And this is going to help us factor, believe it or not. So let's just practice this. Um, I'm just going to do this. Um, let's try 36. 36 has a lot of factors. And 12. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to 36 that add up to 12. So, that was quick. Yeah, but 1 plus 36 wouldn't give you 12. The right combination was 6 times 6 is 36. 6 plus 6 is 12. Oh, if we have to, sometimes it gets a little dicey. I think we're good. Okay, let's try this one. 6 and 7. 6 times 1. You got to kind of run through your head. You got to go, okay, we got 1 times 6, 2 times 3, and really that's it. Neither, the only one that would work here was 1 and 6. Okay, let's try, um, what did I write? I can't even read my own writing. Oh, 28 and 11. 28 and 11. 7 and 4. Or 4 and 7. Okay, smarty pants. 56 and 15. Okay, there's 14 times 5, but that adds up to 19. Yeah. 8 and 7. Or 7 and 8. Yep. Okay. Um, okay, let's skip that one. Let's just go right to a negative one. Mm, so now we want two numbers that multiply to 10 and add up to negative 7. Hmm? Yeah. But I want you to discover certain characteristics. The product's positive, right? And the sum is negative. The only way that's going to happen is if you have a negative times a negative. Because a negative times a negative is a positive, but a negative plus a negative is a negative. So what did we say? Negative 5 and negative 2. Okay. Number 6, negative 10 and negative 3. Now, if the product is negative 5 and yeah, that's the thing. If your product is negative and your sum is negative, then only one of the two numbers is negative. If your product is negative, yeah, that means only one of the two numbers is negative. And it turns out it's negative 5 and positive 2. Okay. But what if I do this? Mm, negative 10 and positive 3. What if, so the sum is positive. Reverse. The bigger number, the number with the, it would be positive 5 and negative 2. Okay, because this time we need a positive sum. Here we had a negative sum, but obviously the bigger number had to be negative. Okay. Um, okay, smarty pants. Negative 60 and positive 4. So the bigger number has to be positive or negative. Yeah, it has to multiply to negative 60. But when we add them, it has to be 4. Okay. And that was number 8. Number 9. Um, negative 36 and 0. What does it mean when we get a 0 for a sum? Yes. Yeah, they're going to be opposites. They're going to be opposites. Because that's the only way you add up to 0. So which opposites multiply to negative 36? Yeah. All right. Try that. What is it? 10 and negative 10. Again, you see a 0, you know that they have to be opposites if you see a 0 for the sum. All right. Well, negative 48 and negative 2. If you're not sure, it's probably a good idea to run down. Yeah, if you're not sure, you should run down the possibilities to give you 48. So it's 1 and 48, 2 and how about 3? And none of those, when you subtract them, give you a 2, right? So what else do we have? 4. Still not there. And what I normally do is if I get stuck, I think of numbers. I just kind of go in order from the smallest factor to the largest factor and think of the ones that would give you 48. And since they have to subtract, the only one that subtracts to give me a 2 is this one. And then it's just a matter of, well, I need a negative 2. So the only thing that would work here is negative 2. I'm sorry, negative 8, positive 6. Okay. Um, Last one. Negative 96 is the product, and the sum is 4. Okay, so since it's negative, you know that one's positive, one's negative when the product is negative. Hmm? Negative 8 and 12. Oh, that would be it. Multiply them, that's negative 96. Add them, that's 4. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing today on Delta Math.